Welcome to this Swagelok video. Today's topic is considerations in managing the supply pressure effect of a regulator. For lower flow applications, an alternative method of regulating supply pressure effect is to use two-stage pressure reduction. This can be accomplished by using two single-stage regulators installed in series, or the two regulators may be combined into one assembly. To calculate the variability of outlet pressure for a two-stage regulator setup, the inlet pressure difference is multiplied by the SPE of each regulator, as illustrated in the following equation. The first-stage regulator controls the inlet pressure variation to some degree, while the second-stage regulator controls it further. Together, the two regulators bring the outlet pressure very close to the target. We will use a KCY model regulator and return to our supply pressure effect example. The cylinder empties from 172 bar to 34 bar, or 2500 psig to 500 psig. Assume that each regulator has a 1% SPE. With a 137 bar or 2000 psig inlet pressure drop, the first-stage regulator will experience a 1.3 bar or 20 psig increase in outlet pressure. As a result of that increase, the second-stage regulator will experience a 0.01 bar or 0.20 psig decrease in outlet pressure. The net result is a minimal pressure decrease that is only 0.01% of the initial cylinder pressure drop. 0.01 bar or 0.20 psig equals 137 bar or 2000 psig times 0.1 times 0.1. Once the cylinder pressure drops below the first stage setting, in this case 34 bar or 500 psig, or the SPE of this regulator is no longer applicable and only the SPE of the second stage regulator is taken into account. Then the assembly will behave like a single-stage regulator. Notice how the effect on the outlet pressure is lessened from the previous regulator arrangements. Applications that require a gas cylinder supply multiple operations with at least one operation requiring a different pressure. You will need to use two-stage regulation. The first-stage regulator will be located near the gas source and a second-stage regulator located on each of the process lines. Be sure to avoid the costly mistake of using a two-stage regulator at the gas supply source and a single-stage regulator at the point of use. This setup is equivalent of three-stage regulation. With a regulator controlling outlet pressure from a gas cylinder, supply pressure effect is a phenomenon that will always be present. Whenever there is a change in inlet pressure, there will be a corresponding change in outlet pressure. You can minimize the effects of supply pressure effect for many applications by using a single regulator with a balanced poppet design or by using a two-stage regulator. But if your gas source is servicing multiple operations with different pressure requirements, you may need multiple single-stage regulators, one near the gas source and another on each process line, to in effect provide two-stage regulation at each point of use. Refer to Swagelok.com and the product literature for additional information. Thank you for watching. We will continue to develop videos like this to help you get the job done. Get more information by watching our other videos or contacting your authorized sales and service center.